Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Poland. This is after a gap of 45 years that an Indian Prime Minister is traveling to Poland. With me is Deputy Foreign Minister of Poland, Mr. Bartoszewski. So welcome to WION. My first question to you is about this visit. How significant is this visit for India-Poland relationship?
I think it's fantastic because we haven't had a prime minister's visit in the last 45 years, but Poland 45 years was a communist country. Now we are a free country, democratic country, and this is the first visit of an Indian prime minister to free Poland. And I think it's very significant because India is the largest world democracy and the leader of the democratic world, the most populous democracy, and also the fifth largest country in terms of wealth, of GDP. We are moving slowly in that direction. We are on the 21st place, G21, and we want to have closer links with like-minded nation and a like-minded country as it is India. So we are extremely happy that Prime Minister decided to visit us.
So in terms of India-Poland relationship, how will you characterize as between India and Poland, given the fact that India sees Poland as its key partner in the Central European region?
We've had a long relationship with India. We just celebrated 70th anniversary of establishing diplomatic links, which happened in 1954. But we had, since 1933, we had a consulate general in Mumbai. So we've got lots of links, and we of course had, we both were colonized, you largely by the Brits, with Portuguese and so on, but we are asked by the Russians. We are free of that. We are against any form of colonialism and imperialism, and we are like-minded, and we had a long and sometimes extremely warm relationship. We never had any problems. In the last 70 years, there was never any issue which divided us in any substantial form. And we remember very much the help that India offered in 1943 and 48 to thousands of children which were escaping slavery in the Soviet Union and were taken by India. And it was a very moving thing you did. And we have lots of people who study Sanskrit, study Indian culture, and we think it's only natural to have good relationship developing in further than we have so far.
So you mentioned about the cultural aspect, and there is a significant element to it, whether it is Jam Sahib Connect, whether it is Indology, or whether it is the other aspects of the relationship, including schools, the Maharaja schools here. So if you can talk about that, and of course the popularity of yoga as well.
Oh yeah, well, yoga is popular all over the world, of course, but we have plenty of people who study and practice, and geology is taught at various universities here. I mean, and the study of Sanskrit is quite popular, and it's a fantastic culture. People are very interested in India, in its history, in its culture, and also tourists are very keen. We want to increase the number of flights to India so we can bring more tourists there, and there are now very many Indians who live in Poland. Very many companies, Indian companies, which are established in Poland. If I remember correctly, I think 256 so far, and we want to develop that as well, because people's contacts, cultural contacts, educational contacts, business contacts, and political ones, because I think we've got lots to offer to each other, and the Indians are very warmly received here. We've got a phenomenal number of Indian restaurants in Poland now, which is, and Indian food is very popular. Well, not only in Poland, but it's something which catches on. So yes, we want to encourage people to have more to do with each other, because this is very good for I think for both our nations.
So the Indian Prime Minister travels to Ukraine after Poland. This will be his first visit to Ukraine as well since the war started. What is Poland's view about this visit and about the Indian stance on the Russia-Ukraine war. I'm asking this question also because you have been the frontline state in terms of how the war started and impacted your country, whether it's refugee crisis or other aspects.
It's very good that Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister, is going to see Ukraine with his own very eyes. Ukraine has been invaded in a first colonial imperial war in the 21st century. Russia wants to reclaim Ukraine, which it used to run. Thanks to this war, because of this war, 6.5 million Ukrainians crossed the Polish border. At the moment, we have about 1 million of these refugees who are in Poland, and not only stay in Poland, but they have social security numbers. They can work. They are housed. There are no refugee camps in Poland. They've been incorporated, and we open our arms to them because they're people fleeing war. And I think it's very good that Mr. Modi is going there to see what a new imperial power can do in the middle of Europe.
So my last question to you is about the deliverables. I know many of the deliverables will be announced during the visit, but essentially what outcomes are expected and how much focus will be on trade and investment when the Indian Prime Minister comes, he meets the business leadership as well?
We would like to create a strategic partnership with India, like India has with some other nations, and that strategic partnership would encompass all kinds of strands of life, which means investment, which means trade, which means business, which means cooperation in the spheres of, for instance, energy, agriculture, IT, cybersecurity, tourism, culture, education. This is what a strategic partnership is all about. We are planning in November a visit to India of our business, some of our businesses to meet with the counterparts there and in Bangalore and probably and then to New Delhi. And we want to develop all spheres of life because I think it's time to enhance our relationship.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION and, of course, talking about a range of issues between India and Poland. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
With video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibal for WION at the Polish Foreign Ministry in Warsaw, Poland.